Ibrahim Traore Ashego, Ediama, the president, and also the presidency team of Burkina Faso. Omampeni Neboborno. This is why Ghanaians would have called for military rule had it not been the leadership of John Mahama. And the Bible showed the ancient Ghana for when we bejon say Suja Bine Beti so. Senya John Mahama ne di nkunim and Nema John Mahama no ama Ghana for adwene abafi said there be yen tried the last time with democratic leadership. There subscribe to the channel no na yen French chimudia kubiano yen fameso house YouTube Politics 247 Facebook Asraba TV TikTok Asraba TV Global. Ibrahim Traore Annual Boboro. I'm coming to show you more. And when me Baba show the global is in support of Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso, or a military leader. Na edia dinti na Ghana for ewiase nyina support Ibrahim Traore. Adenti na America for any edge the upright non person mu create Burkina Faso. Enti na France for so any abresa. I think so what and say bebre near Ekeka Kone nearby. I want to center this conversation between Ghana and Burkina Faso. The possible event that could have happened had it not been John Mahama. You see, Ibrahim Traore Bayano. Now on minor ejija. Though it was a democratic rule. Not democracy and a nom de rule. In fact, about 85% of African countries are a democratic rule. Do you want to practice democracy? But edubebia, na come here say the democratic rule no is not bringing the developmental rule. I say the democracy D yes, but apart from democracy, the developmental timamufoni here no nyensa enka. And in Tubekaya. Yeah, Baba to Abano before 2024 election. No, now man for no share near my Koswa, almost Yafe Rollins. I didn't know Yafe Rollins. Rollins time when I near Kyle Rollins time, no 70 now one neighbor in Nano. Not any democracy. A dear now Rollins he fought against corruption. And near man now if he's a Rollins, yeah, na any that time no. As time goes on, yeah, Baby Hung say, the now Rollins say, because we have had a democratic leader, sir. One performance, records, corruption, of course, under their leadership, you know. It begins with Jerry John Rollins in the time. And we see people were calling, say, we miss Papa J. I bet you one day, one corruption. Yeah, the sky train, Aquaha. You see, you see Pualugu Dam, Sikaniedi. Mr. Proprietor say, Sikabia, you betty dimbia, and any day in Puntu. So Ghanaians decided to watch Ibrahim Traore. Now, young concratum near a break a crabia, Burkina Faso, Mampeni, Epayeno. A Juma Waye as president. And Yama Wadiegu Akwemu as president. Ama and ne ewiasi na ebojine so say. Ibrahim Traore juma. 1. America for pamo, Africa for a bibifua. Wama bedu mukuru mua. Wamso munin krata. America for pamo. Say, yam prima metra o memu abrekwa unin krata.
My diplomatic friend Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso, I am pleading to you to accept my invitation at this time. I, Donald Trump, and Americans.
Eduma why timamufo so many jon enunti kra bedu bedu kra no Burkina Befo kra beka se ye ntukwan ye betra Burkina Faso aye adwuma adenti na obnipa waba okrom wo pam no ne mampani ye adwuma matimamufo ni age a wo se ye nkonko pam no ye ni free wo and check this. Donald Trump asoma ne mpanifo ba Burkina Faso on ba ye no recommendation ye ba ye nyina mo keke nyina kire say papa no onyade and don't because there's a particular interest. Senya Mahama ne baya anka eniema Ibrahim Traore ayentin ba na anka Ghana for qualify for military rule. Okay, yenhwe America krebia Ibrahim Traore ebaye no na yenhwe say eniema ekoso word ebia na ekoso ye mamu ana say a different thing altogether. Say different thing altogether there. None then you bet me aka say the entire Ghana for by now on be qualify for military rule no ebini one the edikan Ibrahim Traore ebaye no oteki so many decisions as a decision na oteki ye no aboa Burkina for the edikan in 2024 President Traore launched the Postal Bank of Burkina Faso. Sa time no na Burkina Faso fo nye sika bia na wamo de ko France ho no mukoko sie no na France fo di do am ho ye pa enti wo pa ye no 2024 ano launch Postal Bank of Burkina Faso. Now Burkina Faso fo emfa sika nko France bio wamo an save um sika wadi tum capital of approximately $25 million. $25 million and what the tomb say the seed money what the tomb and the treasury deposit bank. Auntie, washa now say Burkina Faso for no many at home say president I take say auntie and the global support Burkina Faso wenya because nyame andaruma yenya social media first no anka social media de TikTok prominence ewo hon that time na anka enya dia anka bi to say Gaddafi akobe kun community could because eniema wo ye no global ye hu bibia sania ene Traore dia ye ni eje hu aye hu no sanka Gaddafi time no na sa eniema we no koso amanfo nye hu a there would have been a global supporter anka be kodiama Gaddafi. Okay, they are tossing you know he banned British and French colonial style work for judges to decolonize Burkina Faso's judiciary and promote national identity. Enti Omampeni Traore say, hey, a child British for a child, Burkina Faso for almost share, just the furniture. As Omunya contrast, but then they have a colonial mentality. So in order to have a nationalistic mind, you know, I will say ye sir a Chania den a different one and into where ye dear one. Again, under his tenure, Burkina Faso launched its first fully locally funded 12 million tomato processing factory. And Obaya no so tomato processing factory, Omampeni Traore, a launching. Say process the gusu a woman cost tomato si ye dua ye process ye bibia o kwa asase ya Burkina Faso wa en Ghana ya asase no Burkina Faso betime the fertilizer gum billion times ento ya de no but and then you know Omampeni Traore yes anema we nyina the reason why anka Ghana for will call for military rule had it not been John Mahama. Now yanko was it in 2023 Burkina Faso under President Ibrahim Traore adopted traditional attire as school uniform to promote the country's culture. And Britain, France for a mobile do or minus on Europe for no one more montale use but Omampeni Traore by was it there be the locally made school attire under the man colano. And wa fan crofo a wo mo ankasa pam school for ntade say school for ntade wo mo hye na improve employment na reduce unemployment. Again, I said the Minister of Education directed that the country's Burkina Faso Danfani Teza should be used to make uniform for students. Enti wo mo kokra ntade enfam free France enfam bra mama omo enyusu womo ankasa na yomotade. He built and commissioned the country's first ever gold refinery. This is one of the fantastic idea and can be called Ghana for a military rule because say Omampeni but within 2 years wetimi establish gold refinery so wo kwhwe okwana hodo a womo process gold no na amanfo mo show dia kire wiase amanse na wiase amanse hu se nkrofo no mo wo gold enye mrofo na etubio enye France fo na etu womo ankasa na etu gold no womo tu amfa nkwa amanone womo refine no. This is what Ghanaians are calling for. This is what Ghanaians would have even called for military rule because democratic rule no ni enya hwe ba metro di ntia ene you know sa call no entimi amaso na bibia no ekoso asundwemu. Again in 2024 the refinery process 142 tons of mining residues yielding 93 kilograms of gold for Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso will soon become the richest country in Africa. Burkina Faso, because of pragmatic leadership. Okay, 6. They nationalized 2 gold mines, Bongo and Wangnyong, for $80 million, a significant reduction from the $300 million Endeavour Mining had agreed to sell them. The deal shows Burkina Faso securing a favorable agreement. And you know, Cecilia Inosha, Wamu Anya Kwama say, gold refinery a one more. Now Wamu 2 gold Wamu refinery Burkina Faso enya $80 million. And you know, Wamu increase no I could do $300 million and no adding Faso Kessia and the Ebra Burkina Faso. Yantuaso. This is why Ghanaians would have called for military rule had it not been His Excellency John Mahama. Once he approved the expansion of Bobo Dissalo Airport with an 80 billion CFA France investment to modernize the country's second largest hub. And Ibrahim Traore also acquired an Embra 170 to revive its national airline. And enema way no a ban transporter, aviation a ban way Ibrahim Traore is really doing well. This is why Ghanaians would have called for military rule. Okay, again, he launched the country's first national support center for artisanal cotton processing. You know, one ma idea asawano wa launching
today in Burkina Faso they have a certainty.
Burkina Faso
Terrorism is almost over. What needs to be done?
He expects French troops. This is adia bakwa kele France for asoja for no mo bo Burkina Faso ho ban omo won no ma hye so no opamu obia so bianko. We have our military, we have our men. I believe in our men. Say yem rantie no ya soja for the betimi aye adwuma no ento bianko. This is why Ghanaians would have called for military rule. Officially ending Operation Sabri with a historic ceremony marking the withdrawal. Despite this, Captain Ibrahim Traore seeks to maintain a stable relation. Yeah, I'm reading from the line. Relations with Paris amid the country's remilitarization efforts. He gave farmers and agricultural investors 400 tractors, 953 motorcycles, 710 motor pumps, 10,000 tons of fish food, 68,964 tons of fertilizer, and 10,000 liters of phytosanitary product. These supplies aim to boost agricultural productivity. Ibrahim Traore yes nema we nyina na corruption cause of Ghana. Na ebimu call say Yafe Rollins. Nobody had hope. We lost hope. Na amanfo binum hu ni say as a soja ba momu beboa sen kabe mamen kabe aban. He signed a treaty with Niger and Mali to establish the alliance of Sahel State, the world's only confederation. The trio vow not to return to ECOWAS, planning establishment fund, a stabilization fund, a bank, and economic study committee. And to womanso, one Mali, Niger, Sa Miami and Sanika Bumuse, hey, ECOWAS, omo fun. ECOWAS omumwa enti yende yate ho enti yene ankasa ba hihye niema ye die sika beba ye die bank beba ye die hihye beba beboae because that time na wiase man say nyina you ho die free because of cool course ntin enti wo hwe the idea Ibrahim Traore ekuta no de ba he introduced a new biometric passport without the ECOWAS logo. Fantastic. Do you believe could you believe Ghana, your way. Yes, see a Ghana card. Ghana card, yani ECOWAS. Oshaswa, ECOWAS. Or say, Debbie, on pet. On one kasai, aye passporta. ECOWAS and Kahon. You wait me there 2 coin. What I say? When a Russian man being and so Aquakusha Putin. He made Russia reopen its embassy in Burkina Faso after 31 years of closure. Okay. In 2023, he removed French as an official language, adopting local language as an official language. Mali did the same thing earlier that year. Okay. He supplied the Ministry of Health with 15 mobile clinics, 36 vehicles, 3 oxygen units, 11 cold rooms, 835 tablets, 1,900 solar refrigerators, and many more. This is why Ghanaians would have called for a military rule had it not been John Mahama. Okay. He has survived more than 4 coup attempts in 2 years. In 2023, 4 military officers were arrested in connection to a coup attempt. 4 soldiers were also arrested in January 2024. Another coup attempt was thwarted few days. Abusia, this is why Ghanaians would have called for military rule. Soldier near soldier for person to say now soldier for airborne who by now soldier for year soldier for two. Africa is uniting. This is what Ghanaians have been calling for. This is what Wadimaya has been calling for. Now, Wadimaya are preaching for African unity. And this is the time the African unity, no, ebemu. Since there will be a mango process in abundance. Mangoes in abundance in Burkina Faso. France for now come up normal the hot. Normal the year mango juice. But you know, mango busu wa Burkina Faso because of Mampeni Ibrahim Traore. Will process mangoes no. I wish ya the American say. But John Mahama by and what did he do? Bosha what they share Ghana phone ma Ghana phone so say okay, even if there is a love for military rule, let's give a chance to a democratic rule for a chance for the last time. Let's see what will happen. Now we all know what is happening. John Mahama has demonstrated a commitment leadership. And no, and I'm the love for a military rule, no, a conform. Now, CD to dollar about 13 Ghana cedis. A koya as high as 17 Ghana cedis. Ain't it as you say, yeah, the good Aquama, a banning there toward mono, and no, and a amma and ne Ghana for the call for military leadership, no, a free hole. If you see a man saying now about Ibrahim Traore Abaso, can't no say why are there because there is a global connection. Internet wo and atia Ibrahim Traore ya metia making kan wa hu bi ubenya na ebia koso Ghana abusamenka we agriculture has seen a significant boost under his reign with farmers enjoying abundant harvest. Aduane buso Burkina Faso. Ibrahim Traore organized a football match and played with African stars like JJ Kocha, Emmanuel Adebayo, Stephen Mbia, Mamadou Nyang, Suleiman. So ni nyina adia Ibrahim Traore ye wane African All Stars ebobo ball no boy na efe etiri wo hwe ni nyina na edi adanse pefe say the Africa is uniting, Africa has united, and indeed it is also going to save our continent. Ebusuan, this is why Ghanaians share Ibrahim Traore ana obobo no piam washe ego efe enyamufa na efe fa amampeni ni e ebuza efa unsi